So we're running along an FSD through suburban streets. We've just entered the school zone time, so it's 2:31, and we're making a run through suburban streets of the North Shore down to Killara. So a bit of a shakeout for school zones and just a bit of a shakeout for how it's actually handling as a bit of a benchmark before version 14 drops in Australia, which it's desperately trying to, but is not here just yet. Okay, I just got a bit of a nag to touch the wheel. I guess that's somewhat of a check just to make sure that I'm still here, which I am. Teacher monitoring is active, it says. It's good. Cruising along at about 500-600, but we're going around the corner, so we'll see if it speeds up. Yeah, speed control's pretty good. We're right back on the limit, basically, which is great. Shit. I had to turn that music off. Anyway, we're coming into some shops here. We're just entering the school zone time in Sydney. You can see up there we've got a 40 zone. The car has just picked that up and we're going 38, which is good. Slowed straight down. Difficult to tell whether that was because of the speed humps and just the general built up area, but it's done well so far. It's actively showing that it's in a school zone. There's normally a lollipop person stationed here, but not today. Bit of a grey day in Sydney. The car doing really well with the traffic sign recognition there. Yeah, 50's just disappeared. Sorry, 40's just disappeared, and we're back to the 50 zone. And it's sped up beyond 40, which is good. Lane alignment's really good too. It's a pretty wide lane here, and we're sort of more or less centered where I would have it in this scenario. So going really well so far. I have no idea the exact route that it's planning to navigate to our destination with, but I guess that's part of the fun. Yeah, so it's going to go straight through here, presumably to hit the highway. That may give us another couple of school zones, so we'll see how it does there. I love the visualizations that you get on the nav. I've only had the car for a month or so, and still getting used to things, but yeah, it's been a good changeover. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's Friday afternoon, so it's going to mean a bit of traffic and hopefully a bit of a challenge for FSD today. Should get by without intervention, we hope. I might even try an actual park at the end, or to see how willing FSD 13 is to do a park. Doesn't do great at the end of trip, and to be fair, that's something that's, to my understanding, it's not really designed for. But 14 changes that, obviously. It brings options like street parking and car parks, and even driveways, to my understanding. So yeah, it would be great to get that down and to try that out. Off we go. So we're heading down, I guess, a rat run between this road and the highway. So from my recollection, there's a few schools on the way and preschools and stuff like that. So, oh, okay, it's cutting off the main road. looks like it's doing the proper rat run, which is down this road here. Pretty relaxing when you're in FSD. It's hard to actually know what to do with yourself. But certainly keeps the old blood pressure down compared to the usual kind of low-level stress out that's driving in Sydney. Yeah, so we're coming up on another school zone just up ahead. I think that's Pymble Public School, so we'll see how it does with that. And the P-platers leaving school themselves by the looks. Yeah, so we've hit the zone. Car this time has not recognised it, so it still thinks we're in a 50 zone. There's a lollipop man over there. We're going straight through. Good roundabout. Yeah, really well navigated actually. And we're still in that school zone. Will it pick that sign up? Doesn't look like it has. Doing 40 though, so that's okay. Yeah, it's interesting sometimes the disconnect. Oh, I'm going to go over the rumble strip slightly, but that's okay. Yeah, it's interesting the disconnect sometimes between the traffic sign recognition and what the AI is actually doing. I've noticed some of the time when it will miss a speed sign, it will actually still adhere to the limit. So just because we haven't had that 40 up here doesn't mean that we've actually broken the limit, because in effect we never went over 40 there. Interestingly, it's picked up that school zone sign there, and now it should flash out of it, which it has. So we're back in 50. So I guess it is really visually relying upon seeing those signs, but whether that's actually affecting the speed control, I actually don't know. But through both those school zones, we didn't actually exceed the limit, which is good. So yeah, it's interesting to think about whether it comes down to navigation and accuracy of navigation in school zones, or it's actually just purely a visual thing. I think it's some combination of both, but I don't actually know the answer to that. So we're coming up on the Pacific Highway. This should be interesting. It'll be early peak hour. Pretty busy old road as well, quite narrow, 3 lanes. So it'll be a good test for FSD 13. It's got a good gap there though. So out we go, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I took the inside lane, which is probably right, because there was a car approaching in the middle lane. Now we're looking to get across, I'm assuming. Left lane is ending. Yeah, really well done. Bit more vigilant now that we're out on the highway. Some good views of Sydney, or Chatswood I should say, and Sydney in the distance down there. Wow, pretty empty road at the moment. We've got the pack chasing us from behind, but FSD is going just fine. Bit of rain starting to fall as well. Yeah, lane control's really good. I really don't have any complaints without jinxing myself. I don't have any complaints about its lane placement at all. This is a really good test of it too, because you've got 3 lanes of traffic on what's a reasonably narrow highway. And people sometimes cut their corners, end up in your lane a bit. So really relying on FSD here to keep us safe. Good speed control though. We weren't hitting 60, but we're in traffic, so it'd be pretty common to be cruising down here at about 50, 55 at this time of day. You can see there's a bit of light rain falling on the windscreen as well. The wipers haven't picked that up yet or hit that. I'd imagine they will at some point. From a human driver perspective, I definitely would have tapped the wiper by now, or maybe changed it to mode 1, but it's just set in auto, so we'll let the computer take care of things. Doing well so far. There's obviously no profiles in version 13 of FSD, so you've got a generic profile that I'm hoping is similar to Chill in version 14, where it's just sitting in the lane that it's in and happily going along here at 15 under the limit. Whereas I'm hoping that when 14 lands and we're in hurry mode, it would actively use that open right lane there. And in fact, particularly coming through this shopping area with street parking available, you're probably better off in that right lane. But I'm sure that kind of nuance will come to FSD, just not yet. Yeah, I think FSD in Australia is definitely a much bigger test than it is from some of the videos that I've seen on YouTube of guys in the Midwest in the US with really nice, wide open, well-marked streets, low levels of traffic. I think it's easier for FSD to be really good there than a place like Sydney, where, as you can see, the roads are pretty organic, probably overloaded from what they were designed to cope with. And as predicted here, we're held up because up ahead there's going to be a car that's taking a park. But FSD is just happy to sit in this lane and wait it out at the moment. To be honest, I'm happy with that, given the amount of traffic coming down that right lane. Someone struggling with the park up there. The lane's now open, someone's pulled out, but FSD is just happy to sit tight. Slightly difficult pull out because obviously there's people behind us in our lane who are whipping out to get around this hold up. Oh, that did a good job there, finally did it. Gave me a little fright because it's obviously pulling out pretty early while that car's still going past, but it's read the velocity of the car and knowing that it was okay, so that's good. Okay, so we're into another school zone up here. Pretty well marked, big sign up there. It is slowing down as well, so has it recognised it? Yes, it has, very good. Yeah, very good. And just cruising along to an appropriate speed for the zone. Yeah, really well done. Okay, I think that's a good test for the first one. Getting across, yeah. I am going to